Wow, how's life going, guys? Do you not like sugar-free Red Bull? No. All sugar-free stuff tastes weird. And people like to pretend otherwise. But I'm not here to lie, okay? Did you fix the NDI? No. I think I need to... I updated some today and I tried it again. It didn't work. So I think I need to like do a... whatever the deep dive is on fixing that. I found out that it's probably the Windows update. Maybe I'll check it out. I see what the problem is. For some reason, the data transfer between both of my machines, I think when NDI is running well, it's like 150 megabits per second. But when I'm running it right now, it's like 5 megabits per second. I don't know why. But whatever is limiting the data transfer, that's the issue. So I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Let's face it.
Why do I feel like I have volume meters and things like 20% of the time?
So glad the artists filmed themselves making this stippling art, because let's face it, most stippling art pieces we see nowadays are done utilizing a machine. It's a pen attached to a motor and it stipples really, really fast like a tattoo gun. But here we see the sheer determination and honest struggle of this artist to finish this gorgeous piece of art. It gives the whole motif a new layer, depth, shadowing, almost jumps off the page. Send this to someone who works in special education just to molest the retarded kids.
Wait, what?
I am so glad the artists filmed themselves making this stippling art, because let's face it, most stippling art pieces we see nowadays are done utilizing a machine. It's a pen attached to a motor and it stipples really, really fast like a tattoo gun. But here we see the sheer determination and honest struggle of this artist to finish this gorgeous piece of art. It gives the whole motif a new layer, depth, shadowing, almost jumps off the page. Send this to someone who works in special education just to molest the retarded kids.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. First thing is going to be boring as fuck, all right? Okay. I don't know why. I do know why. Willie Mac decides to run and make a video like 2 hours after DMing me. Now I understand. I get it. Okay. We have to do the Destiny bad because it's too much heat from other people, which, listen, I get. It's a lot of heat online, okay? That's fine. I get it. I understand it. And Ethan, obviously, with this whole, I noticed all the comments on the video where people were like, wow, I noticed that the crew was like very giddy and excited and happy this episode, when it seems like they're usually very sullen and they don't say anything, because anytime Ethan is criticizing Hasan, all of them are in the sunken place behind their desks. But when it was me, oh, they're so excited to repost or retweet or retread whatever stuff pops up online. So the thing is, so you know what, actually, this guy said it best. Hold on. Wait, fuck.
BS can't defend yourself. Answer here. I'm trying to meet your request of giving non-stop defense because your baby ass can't defend yourself. Keemstar will make insane accusations, groundless accusations, and then he expects you to defend yourself. In fact, he likes it if you'll come on his show and defend himself. That's how his operation works. And so he goes, oh, well, he didn't say anything in his defense, so he must be guilty. Have you ever lied to anyone on YouTube? What are you, the fucking FBI? I don't have to...
I'm not going to play this game of every single time some insane person releases some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever, that I'm going to come and run through all these communities and try to give some crazy explanation for whatever else. Because one, the only thing that's happening is I see that every single thing I possibly say gets either misconstrued or drawn out to the most absurd reality possible, to where Nicholas Oreo Cakes or whatever is saying that I'm threatening Willie's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent, which, because I have to clarify, was a joke, okay? I was indeed joking. I'm sorry for that joke. To the best of my knowledge, okay, I can't say 100%, but to the best of my knowledge, Willie's wife is not a Mossad agent, okay? Number one. And number two, it feeds the content network for all of these people who just make content out of all my responses basically no matter what I say, okay? I was hoping that, I guess Ethan wouldn't have his destiny. I know that he's like been hungry to like kind of show some disavowal of me because every time him and Hasan fight, Hasan like uses me as some attack vector to go after Ethan, which is weird because I mean, at least it should be proven today. I have traded a total of 2 messages with Ethan in my entire life. I've said this before. I think it was like, I don't even know when. It was after October 7th when Hasan's chat was like spamming insane shit. And I went over it on stream and I think Ethan DM'd me and he asked me, he was like, wait, where did you get the chat message from? And I told him, I think this might be 2 years ago. Yeah, these are so, but I think Ethan is like so desperate to get away from the destiny controls me narrative that he decides to do his little unhinged bullshit on a stream. Yeah, I'm going back to where I was before, which is I'll wait until my court case is over. I'll go over filings as they come out. But this, I realized, well, I didn't know that Willie would make a video with him crying into the camera of like, oh, this is 911. Record. I can talk about more of this when my bullshit ass case is over, which is hopefully soon, but who knows? It's whenever stuff gets read. Oh, now we've moved to the whatever, like 17, 18. Here's the thing, okay? When it comes to ages for hooking up with people in general, I feel like you can play this game, like regardless of how far you want to go. 18 and older is an adult in the United States. If people are like, oh, you should wait until they're 21, then I feel like it would just move to 21 and older. Like, oh, why are you hooking up with a 21-year-old? Or why are you hooking up with a 23-year-old? Like, listen, if you're an adult, you're an adult. I don't know what the point is of moving the bar on this. If you think that like 18 years old is like a horrible age of people to hook up, then maybe we can make like tax brackets for for hookup consent. But I don't know. Like, it's just funny to see the bar moving on this. I don't care. Whatever. Listen, I'll say what I said before, okay? Whatever you've read about me online or whatever you want to post about me, it's true and worse, okay? All of it is true and worse, okay? The feds are coming. The cases are mounting. The Mossad and the KGB are tracking, okay? They will be here one day. I've been streaming for 16 years, but this is the last one, okay? The walls are closing in this time. For real, okay? They're closing in. I swear to God they are, all right? I've never been more on edge and afraid of the walls closing in as I am right now, okay? Seems like you have an actual case of defamation from Ethan, no? Maybe, maybe not. The thing is, lawsuits suck. They're expensive. It's annoying. I don't even know if it's worth it. And I just don't care that much. Because you know what? We just keep on rolling, okay? Bro, I can't believe how quick these two are to believe anything they read on Kiwi Farms and they've been harassing them for the last few months. You know what? That's how it goes, okay? I just don't know why you talked to Willie Mack at all. I don't remember. I think he messaged me on something. But I mean, I'd been in communication with him. I just didn't expect him to run and fucking make a fucking YouTube video in 2 seconds based off some DMs with us. Obviously, I would have approached that conversation with a lot more care in terms of how I'm phrasing things, obviously. But you know what? Whatever. Listen, whatever you want to believe what you want, okay? The feds, they're on their way, right? I'm just trying to... I'm trying to stream before they get here. Inshallah, ABH3. Oh, I'm so glad he finally found his voice. I wonder how awkward it feels when his boss is sitting there railing on his Turkish idol. and he has to sit there and hold his tongue the entire time, knowing that he's getting fucked by Hasan's entire fan base the entire time regardless, and that being a spineless cuck actually isn't helping him at any part of this whatsoever. But that's okay. And Ethan has to feel bad too, because he's sitting there while his whole fucking crew is awkwardly staring at him because nobody wants to participate. It's all good. H3 has been a girly pop gossipy channel for a while now. His audience is likely majority women who watch things like RuPaul and talk pop culture, celebrity relationships. It was inevitable. I actually disagree. I feel like the H3 fan base, for the most part, is actually one of the more chiller fan bases on the internet. I think it's because, not to pull my woke card out, but I think it's because it's like probably a little bit more women versus men. Like it wouldn't surprise me if that fan base was like 40% women. But then also because they do kind of like more pop culture-y stuff, it does get a bit more grounded. Like I see a lot of comments popping up, even in that H3 subreddit, about how like all politics streamers are cancer and all of those communities are cancer. And that's about like 95% correct. It is a special type of cancer. Although again, I would point my fingers to Hasan and shit for that. And AB and all the little people that are hiding behind the desks that are too afraid to say anything in those segments. I would say that those people are, like, you can point fingers directly at those types of people to blame. I think it would be way more interesting and more fascinating to have policy-oriented debates. If somebody disagrees on Israel-Palestine, we can fight over the massacres, in Iran or other places pre-48, justify or pre-40, justify all the back and forth fighting and who's right or wrong. Like, I think those would be super interesting and fascinating discussions to have, but nobody wants to have those conversations. They just want to call everybody a pedophile, a sex pest, or whatever the fuck else. Hold on, wait. I just had another random fan snap me nude. Check this out. I'm showing it to all my friends right now. How old is she? Oh, I have no idea, but... Oh, check this one out too. And this one out too. And this one out too. But yeah, I think, listen, if that's what people want online politics to be, then fucking, I guess that's what online politics could be. It is what it is. Tell everyone you make more than them. I'm pretty sure Ethan makes more than me. Those guys are loaded. AB, Olivia, and Dan are cucked Hasan agents that never defend Ethan when they beef. It's insane. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's also by design too. Oh God, I'm trying. I don't want to give them charity. It's by design too, because anytime these people step out and criticize Hasan, that entire network of people is also going to come out and harass all of those people as well, right? So AB, Olivia, and all those people, if they don't toe the lefty line, they're going to come under huge fire from that side as well. So they kind of have to, because if you don't toe the line on their side, then they're going to get called token figures or, Uncle Toms or whatever else. So I mean, to be fair, they're in a rough position as well. So, but I mean, like, it's whatever. That's okay. Take a deep breath. Fortress arc it away. Not really. Oh, I feel like I need to do like a 1 month video game break, maybe. I still think the Ryan Beard memes were probably my favorite. The making the video on me, who has the scariest and most dangerous community on the internet, and then announcing that he's making a video on Hasan Ethan and that he's going to be fair, and the lefties bully him so hard he has to stop. He can't even finish his research for the video. I think that was funny. How is it that after every drama / scandal involving you is over and settled down, you seem to somehow get right back into it? Because like 95% of it is bullshit. And I don't know, it is what it is. And I have a penchant for dealing with crazies online, I guess. Although this might be the one This is it. Have you sworn off friendships with content creators? Yeah, kind of. I'll say this again, and I don't think this message can't carry. The thing that's the most annoying, I think, about all of this, is that she was actually 12. No, I'm just kidding. The thing that's the most annoying about all of this is that I think a lot of people, and I keep seeing these comments pop up on my own subreddit. I might have permabanned you for this also. By the way, if I permaban you, just email the mods and they'll unban you, okay? The most annoying thing is like people keep thinking that all of this drama keeps popping up like every month, every 6 months, like over and over and over again. But it's not. It's the same fucking story that gets rehashed or refiltered in a slightly different way from the revenge porn leaks at the end of 2024. Like it's the same story over and over again with a new twist or a new thing or a new added whatever. But people have this perception that there's like a crazy thing happening like every few months. But it's not a crazy thing happening every few months. It's just a stupid shit from this person I talked to back in 2022, 2023, 2020. Yeah, it's just annoying. Can you respond to Willie's reply? Because to be honest, your defense is not convincing. Good. I hope it's not. But the reality is literally every single thing I've said has gotten twisted and has gotten morphed or moved to like the most ridiculous fucking shit in the universe. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and not talk about this till my court case is over, okay? Because I'm bounded? I'm restricted like 15 different ways from saying stupid shit, such that in talking about a hearing that I had with Pixie, like their lawyers already like I think 2 days ago, like moved to file a motion. It was like, we're trying to get this thing sealed and he's still talking about the transcript and blah, blah, blah. So like, no, it's not worth it because none of it is obviously doing me any favors anyway. So yeah, this is not an argument that I'm going to win at the moment publicly, which is fine, but I'll just have to wait until my case is over. Recently heard you say you used to play EVE Online. Any chance we get some casual EVE gameplay, or are you done with it for good? EVE gameplay? Well, actually, I shouldn't say anything because I haven't played the game in maybe a decade. Is sitting on a gate or on a pos for 6 hours, praying to God that the enemy fleet warps in so you guys can actually do something, and praying to God you don't get wiped by stealth bombers or something first. Or there's a really cringy Sino drop that nukes your whole fleet because you weren't ready for ships to come in or whatever. But I'm genuinely asking this is, how is it that you don't break down when it seems you have friends moving around every few weeks? I've been watching you for 3 years. I'm a new viewer, and it seems you have friend changes every few weeks. And everyone turns on you every so often, except Dan. I understand the online world is a wild place, but I believe that what the average person thinks is important, not for something about how you maneuver in life. That makes sense. My baseline, I've said this a lot. I don't think people believe me when I say this. Generally, if somebody has a hard time understanding me, or if somebody thinks there's something that is just doesn't make sense, it's usually just because people don't take what I say at face value, which is fine. I don't care. That's because I'm a secret manipulator / rapist / mentalist / whatever else. My expectation for people online is already as low as it possibly can be. Like it's kind of every online friendship, there's just like a fuse attached to it. I just don't know what the timer is on the fuse. That's just how I approach it. So it is what it is. Although to be fair, for the Ethan stuff, we didn't even have a bridger relationship. So what are you going to do? You probably know, but the snark post that Willie was reading off is almost verbatim the KF post that doxes a girl. Yeah, I'm aware. Same thing with Hasan on stream, just reading down Blav posts, which is, you know what? Hey, listen. I see you. I see the way you move, okay? +1. Wow, Chattermax, thanks for the gifted subs, buddy. Destiny, your issue is that politics is so virtue heavy that if you do things like hook up with people over a decade younger, you'll get attacked. Shouldn't you adjust a bit in that regard? So I'll say the same thing I think I already said at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say over and over again. All of this drama is drug up from old conversations. It's the same thing getting recycled over and over and over again. That's like nothing. None of this is from 2024. None of this is from 2025. Like it's all just old recycled shit. Also, I'm not running for office, so it's not like I'm trying to be a fucking politician or some shit. And also, fuck, Trump is president. This guy's civilly liable for rape. Was banging prostitutes while his wife was at home taking care of the newborn. Thoughts on ARPGs like Path of Exile or Diablo 2, 3, 4? They are the perfect background game. The thing is that ever since I started my Vivancing stuff, I don't have as much of an interest in like playing a game while chatting with people or doing things, because usually I can focus on the conversation a bit better. Like if I was going to play a game, I think I would just play a game, which I might. And maybe I'll do that soon. Wow, for Maroni. Thanks for... Fuck, I don't... Oh, 20 gifted subs, buddy. Just curious, do you do therapy or do you have some system that helps cope with this shit, or you're just built different? I am built different, and I do therapy with myself, okay? Okay, and then also I said, okay, this is my last response to any of this, and then I'm done. Okay, I'm not talking about any of this because literally none of this is helping me publicly, so there's literally no point in doing this. Destiny said if you can't respond to the Lapidus court case with Pixie, fair enough if true. I think you should probably get on stream with his legal counsel and have them explain why having alleged CP since November is okay in this instance and legal. I've not seen one lawyer agree with this. I don't know how fucking retarded you have to be to think that, one, that any lawyer would ever agree to do this. The whole point, like, why would your lawyer ever counsel you in a public setting, in a public forum? Part of the whole like benefit of patient-client confidentiality, or not patient, lawyer-client confidentiality, is that these conversations aren't accessible to the public. So the idea that any law firm would agree, oh, hey, let's do some legal counseling in a public setting is beyond fucking stupid. Number one. Number two, to assume that I'm not like in contact with anybody or having conversations about things that are going on is also beyond fucking retarded. But it's not. Sorry, hold on. I keep fucking up with this, okay? It's not retarded, okay? This is intentional. I understand, like I said before, I understand that people catch a lot of heat when they are associated with me. And so sometimes you have to do the performative, like, oh my God, like, is OBS recording? I got to report. Like, I get it, okay? But don't pretend that you're like after some actual information or actually, because if anybody gave a fuck about any of that at all, there would be a lot more questions for other people involved. But listen, I get it, okay? Okay, that's really it. I'm not feeding this. I'm not feeding this machine. Eddie Loger. We will chat more once my case ends, which is either in 1 month, 6 months, or 1 year. I guess whenever. Yeah. Does Olivia have any political opinions? She seems culturally socialist, but I would sort of say the same thing about someone, even Ludwig or even Atrioc. I think most of his non-ego... I have no idea. I don't know the political positions of anybody on the H3 show. I just know that all of them are in an awkward position because obviously they did Leftovers with the Sun for a while. A lot of them are very... I'm trying to think of a nicer word than like beholden or captured by, because that makes them sound like they're children. But like obviously there's a lot of audience pressure, not even from the H3 audience though, but from other people related to the staff. So they're in weird spots. But is there no fucking limit to how much they can keep dragging it with motions? I have no clue. Well, no, I guess there's not really. I think at some point you can push for what, like a Rule 12 thing or something. But the I mean, you're right. In civil court, you can spam the docket as much as you want. I had a crazy woman e-stalk me last year, and it turned my life into a mini nightmare. It stemmed from one of those girl groups like the app T. It was total BS, but when men are being accused of anything by women, the burden to defend yourself. But keep in mind, I'm not even being accused of anything by a woman at all right now, right? This might be the first, well, actually, I don't know. This is the first time that somebody's tried to cancel somebody for somebody's alleged age when the victim isn't even making any of the accusations. It's just other third parties. Jesus. I don't know. I don't agree with all your BS, but you're not some beacon of morality for me or anything. These people judging us starting nonstop are living in deluded reality where they find the person they're desperately missing. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even care. Listen, you want to judge me for whatever bullshit, that's fine. But it's just like the idea that, like I'm some like pedophile seeker of, like the whole Anna drama was probably some of the most infamous woman drama on stream, and she's like my age. So what are you gonna do? One must imagine destiny happy. True. I love pushing the boulder up the hill. What the fuck? I don't know anything about this man, but he once decided he wanted to debate me, and I was harassed by his fans for months. While I said, who is that? What is happening? Who is this? Did we harass this person for months? Did I miss the email on that, guys? On the brigade list? Wow, Beth, thanks for 20 gifted subs. To the cops actually talk to people. Listen, bro, I'm on a first name basis, okay? With multiple field officers here. They come to my house all the time. I basically just have, the reason why my stream is late on Fridays is because I have like my Friday afternoon coffee, okay, with my local FBI field office agents, where they go through the weekly reports on me. And I'm like, did you really want to kill this guy? It's like, no, that was a meme. It's like, okay. Why is Dan backing off? Because people are spam calling his fucking wife's workplace and harassing his family. Yeah. But hey, listen. Good times. But that's okay. We take a deep breath. Ew. Oh no. Do you think audiences like H3s are more toxic? Do female-heavy audiences have more of a propensity to be retarded? No, like I've said a million times, I think the H3's audience is like significantly more normal than any audience over here in the political streaming world. Just at least based on the little bit that I've said. I think I'm really far outside of my comfort zone, okay? Because I don't dabble in these communities too much. But from like, I don't even want to associate them with like femcelly stuff. But like, if you go to like femcel heavy audiences and that doesn't mean just female heavy audiences. So like H3s might be majority female, but that doesn't just mean like women heavy audiences, but like women that do like a lot of gossip or whatever. There's a certain like attitude where it's so weird and hard to explain, but it'll be like a bunch of like relatively modern feminist like adjacent women, but they have the most sexist attacks towards women that they don't like. Like that's usually how I can tell like the femme-celly audiences. So it would be like, imagine going into some place and every woman is like, oh, like, this is why like her last 2 boyfriends fucking ditched her and why she probably got cheated on. And this girl is, 35. Obviously she's not married. You can tell that she feels real bad, blah, blah. Like or like stuff, it'll be stuff where I'm reading. It's like, okay, this is like a women femme-cell audience. I've never seen that from H3's audience. I don't know if they have the proclivity of that. I never have any like idea of that. But from my impression, it seems like the H3 audience is significantly more normal, and I mean that in a good way, than all of the politics audiences. But again, like I stress, the annoying thing is that politics, it already draws like a more politics already draws a more toxic audience. But the way that like people like now Hasan have just amplified it up to 100 in terms of the weird, gross, like personal attacks and digging, because it has made it, I think, significantly worse. Yeah. Or I shouldn't even say worse, maybe. It's made it significantly different, basically. Yeah. At Destiny, Ethan's crew is literally just soy. It's fine, but they are the softest, soyest group of people. It literally spills through the screen. Like, I don't think, saying that Ethan's crew is soy is like being a bodybuilder and then going to watch a movie and saying like, God, these actors all seem so weak. Like, I bet these guys couldn't even bench a plate. I bet this guy couldn't do 10 pull-ups. I bet this guy, it's just not the way to evaluate them or judge them. Like, Ethan's crew is not supposed to be there, or none of the people involved with the podcast are supposed to be like hardcore, like debater, fucking, I'm the debater archetype, I'm gonna fucking crush everything. Like, they're there to cover kind of like pop culture news events, stuff going on in the YouTube world, and to like have fun and have a good time. I understand that you guys like to project like the craziness of my world or this stream or whatever onto like every other environment, but believe it or not, other environments and other podcasts are like have a significantly different demeanor, Yeah. And that's okay. It's okay that other podcasts are different. That's okay. What is this? I'm gonna cringe listening to this. You're covering for people who shouldn't for personal gain. Remember when AB said that DGG hacked his account? Yeah, you know what? I am, and I'm gonna regret it in the future. I don't care, okay? I rewatched the Batman movie, The Dark Knight The Dark Knight last night, okay? And that's okay, all right? I will just...
When are you...
Hunt me.
The debate kid from TikTok lining up for prep? Yeah, I thought we could do some fun content around it, considering that apparently Charlie Kirk is like very scared of Dean, the TikTok liberal Spider-Man Dean himself, and so I might do a little collabo with him. This one popped off. Oh shit, let's go. Okay, Hasanabi After Dark, let's go. King is running for U.S. Senate, anti-Zion. When are you and the debate kid from TikTok lining up for prep? Yeah, I thought we could do some fun content around it, considering that apparently Charlie Kirk is like very scared of Dean.
How do you think that feels when Hasan is like, Kirk is like, oh, I'll debate you, Hasan, no problem. But Dean, ooh, that's too much for me. When Dean is like 20 years younger than this guy. Yikes. I don't think you're familiar with the H3 podcast. They cover a lot of heavy and complicated topics. It's not fun and games. Yeah, sure. I'm not trying to say that it's all jokes, sort of, but I'm saying that the mood is significantly lighter. At least that's my impression. I could be wrong. I don't watch anything. I don't watch any online content. I'm going to be honest. I'm the anti-consumer. I hate watching everything. I can't watch streams. I can't listen to podcasts. All right. I hate consuming all online content. Even when I was a pro gamer, I hated watching pro games. I just wanted to go and play games. I didn't even like sitting there watching it. So I'm sure I know they do cover serious stuff occasionally, but What is this? Ethan throws it back to the time he exposed Vosh and Destiny defended him. Lots of folks dying on Lolly Hill today. I'm reminded of when the Vosh Lolly shit happened. Destiny defended Vosh, and I remember exactly what he said because I thought it was so outrageous. He said, how old is the girl in the drawing? You mean, how old is the drawing? It's a fucking drawing, who cares? True. I'm sure you've got the, where's the greatest hits? I don't care, all right? Chances on Charlie Cook, Cook. I just read his Destiny Cook. Chance on Charlie Kirk debating it. Charlie Kirk will never willingly debate me, which is a smart decision from him.
Are you serious? Bro, are you serious? Bro, I'm not even gonna say the N-word, you fucking black guy!
This has to be fake, right? It's 100% fake, but fucking funny. I feel like the customer service industry and the employment industry would be significantly improved if like every employee got like one beat down per month of some fucked up customer, because customers would act better because you don't know if the employee that you're harassing has his like beat down off cooldown, and employees would feel better because now they know that no customer can severely disrespect them. At this point, what do you have to lose by going harder on these people? It seems like you're holding back a lot. I'm not holding back. I just don't feel like that I have to. There's a piece of advice I give to everybody, and you just have to remember this piece of advice, and I have to remember it, and sometimes even I forget, is that sometimes shit is crazy. It resolves in a few days or in a couple weeks. Just depends on what it is. There's a reason why I've outlasted all of my critics. And I think significantly compromising what I do or who I am to start going hard on people, and then losing whatever charitability I guess I provide for people. It's not good. I don't want to turn into that. I just have to, like, I internalize that, and it means something to me, and it's not something for other people. So when people ask me like how are you charitable to people, even if they're like get weird or backstab you or do the Ethan Snarker shit, the reason is because there is a personal payoff for me to act in accordance with those beliefs, and it's not about necessarily getting any type of mutual grace or charity in return. Like, that's just, there has to be like a personal payoff. Somebody messaged me the other day, I don't even remember this, like when Chud Logic was full on sexting some minor chick who lied about her age. And I had, I remember, Jesus. But I think when I put my neck out in those situations, I'm not putting my neck out for some kind of payback or for some kind of like reciprocity or loyalness or whatever. It's just it's probably a good thing to do. Yeah. You don't have all the cards here, true.
Hi.
Hello.
Come here, Max. Next. Yep. Thank you.
I just want to say it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
Fucking got him. What? Hi everyone, long-time lurker but first-time poster. Given the allegations that have come to light in the past couple of days involving Destiny, I thought it might be worthwhile to share my story. I will be a bit vague, as I believe Destiny might still have the required information to dox me return. Just in pretext, I'm not located in the US. About a decade ago, I did a lot of work events, planning with universities, esports events, and hospitality venues. A new bar that had financial backing from a rather large hospitality group had opened in my city. The bar was located near 3 major universities, and it was quite heavily advertised when it was launched. It had a large emphasis on being gaming-themed, hosting esports, and being an alternative to bars that showed traditional ball sports. In very late 2015, I was approached to make an event within a budget that could be used to launch the bar. One of the events that I had planned was to give some prominent online figures who would give a presentation on a topic that was relevant to internet culture, and then they would compete against regular patrons in games like Mario Kart and other party-esque games where after 11 p.m. it would turn into a nightclub and everyone socializes. Destiny was one of the prominent figures that it was suggested by someone as part of the planning committee, as this was around the time when live streaming really broke into the mainstream. I remember the Dota International and SE2 being quite popular at the time, as well as the 2016 US elections. University campus rhetoric was also accelerating quite fast around this time too. The idea was that Destiny at the time was the most streamed person in the world. I reached out to Destiny via company email and actually got a response reasonably quickly. We had 2 or 3 voice calls to come to terms about logistics and fees. So first of all, you have your timelines wrong. By late 2015, I think I would have already transitioned out of StarCraft, and I think that League was like way bigger at this point. I don't think anybody was talking about StarCraft very seriously. End of 2015, early 2016. But nice try. Okay, that's okay. Also, I would never have 3 voice calls to set up logistics. Homie, those are emails. Also, my time as like the most famous streamer would have been in 2012, 2013. By 2016, the League boys had all taken over. I reached out to Destiny via company email and actually got a response reasonably quickly. We had 2 or 3 voice calls to come to terms about logistics and fees. When it came to planning Destiny's travel to my country, I engaged with our partner immigration agent. The immigration agent had a template on a company letterhead that we send to our talent, which asks them information that might be relevant to bringing them to the country. The question asks very basic questions about dietary requirements, medical issues, travel insurance, emergency conduct information, and criminal record. Why would criminal record even be on here? Okay, travel insurance? Oh, I wonder if this guy he must be European. I think travel insurance is a big thing for Europeans. I've never heard of Americans talk about it, but I know like Melina and stuff would bring it up, and her dad was big on it. Or maybe other Americans haven't. I've just never heard of it, but he said he's not in the U.S. at the start. Oh, sure, yeah, but I never know how much of this is real or not real. But for my country, these are questions which are asked by our border police on entry, and they could jeopardize entry to the country, as certain visas don't allow entry if you have declared certain issues. I don't even think have I ever answered a question about criminality entering the EU? I don't think this has ever happened before, but okay. Also, I don't think I've ever applied for a visa either. Although I think it's like when they stamp you, it's like considered like a visa automatically when you go in. An example would be that someone cannot come on a short stay entertainment visa if they have a declared medical condition without proving travel health insurance. Yeah, I've never heard this before. The biggest issue we are concerned about is that criminal history is usually heavily targeted on entry, and most are refused entry. I've never heard of that in my entire life, unless maybe you've murdered someone. But even at that, I don't think they do. I've never heard of like a criminal background check traveling from the US to Europe, unless maybe you're applying for a specific visa to stay for more than 90 days or something, maybe? I don't know. Once Destiny received the package from our partnered agent to complete, he completely ghosted us. This was not a small payday for Destiny either, which made it baffling to the staff and I as to why he would ghost us. The only possibility we could imagine was there was something that he did not wish to declare. Destiny never replied to any of our emails after this point. Aren't all criminal records like public anyway? Is the idea that I've been convicted at some place and nobody knows about it? I don't actually have access to any of the correspondence anymore because it was all through a work email address and I no longer work there. I'm hesitant to go into specifics as I fear Destiny may have the ability to dox me. Please feel free to ask me whatever, and I will try to field the question the best I can. I don't even know why I'm reading this when I'm sure I could just watch it later on. H3. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I see this one going around, and there's another one going around with some girl who's like, I just want you guys to know that 4 years ago, me and Destiny hooked up, and as soon as I hooked up, I went to the hospital the next day, and they told me I had HPV, and Destiny was giving HPV to everybody. That's another one I see pop up every now and then. So, good memes. If you entered without getting an actual visa, then you probably entered under the visa waiver program that exists between certain countries allowing short travel. Oh, maybe. I'm trying to think if I had a visa when I lived in Poland for 3 months. Maybe there was paperwork for that, I guess. Oh, I guess that would wouldn't that kind of disprove that then? If I qualified for living in Poland for 3 months, but maybe they think I committed a serious crime between 2013 and 2015? Who knows? I saw Destiny in a grocery store in Miami yesterday. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, oh, like you're doing right now? I was taken aback, and all I could say was, huh? But he kept cutting me off and going, huh, 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 and closing his hand shut in front of my face. True. Okay, we can avoid all my memes. I saw okay, I'm done. Okay, listen, I love you all. Whoever you are, just know that I have deep love in my heart for all of you. Hey Destiny, I'm an H3. I'm an old H3 fan that stopped watching when Leftovers started. Didn't like the Hasan guy. I heard about you, but only started watching during your Palestine coverage. Would you say there's a generally large audience overlap / potential overlap between your audiences? If so, do you think this is Ethan cleansing his audience of this overlap? Basically what you would do in a different way. I think that Ethan doesn't like that every time he talks about stuff, Hasan tries to rope him in with me, and then Hasan just uses that as some like attack vector against him. Like you saw Ethan and Ela get mad when I wrote in chat about like I think Hasan's comments were crazy. And I think you could, I think you go really far with comments like that in both directions. But like instead of saying, instead of being like, oh my God, I can't believe Destiny said this, you should just be like, oh, this has nothing to do with us, because it doesn't. Like I don't even know why they would pretend that they have to address or account for or have anything to do with anything I say whatsoever. But my guess is he just got too frustrated dealing with it, so this is like his way to kind of like separate. That being said, I actually don't know if there's very much organic crossover between our two communities. I think that there has been some because of just our like the enemy of my enemy is my content. Just because we are against Hasan so much, but I feel like the content that we cover is just significantly different. And then the audience types, I think, are a lot different. Like my audience is very kind of like autistic debate bro. We use slurs like retarded. And I think Ethan's audience is a bit more like normal people, which I'm using that as a compliment. This whole H3 thing, shitting on you won't stop Hasan at all from bringing you up and mixing H3 and you together. Yeah, it might a little bit, but the benefit for Hasan, in a way, maybe everything at the end of the day is Israel-Palestine. In a way, what Hasan is doing is it's kind of like when Netanyahu likes to keep the Gaza Strip and the West Bank like separated so that they don't have the same governing body. Even though Hasan probably won't use me as an attack vector against Ethan now, or it's going to be harder to do that, the I guess like the unified response that Ethan's community and my community might have against Hasan's unhinged shit would be severely reduced. So the lack of synergy there would be a success on the part of the snarkers or the people trying to break up other communities because the divide and conquer strategy works so well. But also, I mean, like, I have a big desire to extricate myself from the kind of like the drama world anyway. It's just disappointing that like all the largest left-leaning streamers are also like drama heavy or drama focused, like Hasan and everybody else. Notice how they are not afraid to go in on you, but are afraid to go in on Hasan, and we're the toxic ones. I don't think Ethan is afraid to go in on Hasan. I think his crew is, though. Hasan moves how people think Destiny moves. He's very socially cunning, to be honest. True. I regularly sub to you, H3, and Loner. It's a weird place to be in. I hate it, to be honest, because I love you guys so much. And I think, yeah, I think, like I said, I feel like Lonerbox, Hutch, and Josiah, I think are like my favorite online content people that are like peripheral to me. And that Adam Mockler guy, although I don't know if he's like as included as much in the space, but I feel like those three guys will almost always have good takes. They're boring as fuck. I mean, it's a different style of content, but Dylan Burns, yeah, he's good, but he's a bit more removed and specialized on Ukraine stuff. A-Track is cool, but a bit more like not like hardcore politics focused. Lonerbox has been royally fucked. Yeah, he has been, yeah. But also that was also intentional too. Remember, Hasan was platforming Bad Empanada and everybody else to attack Lonerbox for a long time as well. The goal is always like divide and conquer for all of these communities, and they're really good at it, to give them credit. But they're also really good at it because they have no rules and they have no restrictions. They will go as hard as possible. They will weaponize anything they can. They will lie, cheat, mass report, whatever they can to do any SWAT, whatever. There's like no rules and no restrictions. And then anytime you respond to any of it, they're always like, oh, I thought that you guys, like how many of the commentary people were like, oh, like you guys didn't Destiny dox this one guy and it's so horrible? And it's like, yeah, they're very good at that. Do you have beef with IRI? Oh, I should bring up IRI. IRI is cool too. I always forget to mention it. I'm sorry. You keep giving Willie Mac and Ethan all this good faith. I mean, I don't think I'm just trying to be honest about it. I'm not trying to give anybody good faith. I'm just trying to have a sane reading. The problem is when you start, another problem too, and I know it's hard to see the short term, and it might even cost me the short term. The problem too is that when you start giving into like lies or misrepresentations about people, this is one of those like life advice moments where very few times will I say that there's a piece of life advice that like this is 1,000,000% true and you should listen to me no matter what. This is one of those times, okay? I need like a ding for a life advice moment. This is not, I need a better ding. If you start making compromises with what is true, the scary thing that you can do is you can start to build really big portions of your life and your understanding of other people on lies. And the problem is once you've built too much onto that, it becomes almost impossible to undo it because you would have to go back and rearrange and reanalyze so much of your life, and you would have to admit to so much fault and mistake. It's like almost impossible to do it. This is one of those reasons why I say like I try to do like every few months I'll like decompress and then go through all of my emotional baggage and then like reassess things and then package and go forward. Because if you start telling lies about things like, oh, like this guy is evil or all these people are whatever, if you start telling these lies and you build like more and more stuff on top of it, at some point you have to undo so much to figure out the world again that it just becomes impossible. I have no psychology research backing this up, but in my opinion, this is one of the reasons why old people's minds are so hard to change. I don't think it personally, I don't think it's anything to do with like neuroplasticity or anything to do with difficulty understanding new technology or ideas. I think it's because when you reach a certain age, you generally stop reassessing like fundamental viewpoints of the world. And anytime you're wrong on a thing, I guess it's almost like mutations in your DNA or cancer or something. Anytime you're wrong about a thing and you start building huge understandings or portions of understandings of your life or life in general off of that thing, it just becomes impossible to go back and readdress. Like imagine the easiest example of this is religion. I'm biased, obviously I'm atheist, I guess. But if you, like, let's say that you're Christian, okay? Like imagine you're a Christian from 20 to 70, and then imagine at 70 years old, you find like a really compelling argument for atheism. Not only would you have to admit that like the last 50 years of your life you believed in something wrong, you probably built a lot of other things in your life off of that belief. Like imagine, you know, when you were 25, you know, 5 of the hottest girls ever invited you to some crazy orgy, and afterwards they were going to give you unlimited money, and you had this opportunity and you passed it up because you thought your faith was more important than that. And then imagine at like 30, you know, your wife got pregnant with triplets, but they were triplet Down syndrome babies, but you were pro-life because God and Jesus told you that you could never have an abortion, and you spent your whole life struggling with these people, right? Imagine you hit the age of 70 and you look back and you're like, was I really wrong on religion the whole time? To be wrong on that point, at that point, it's easier to just fucking close your eyes and say fuck it, because you would have to think of how many mistakes you've made in life. I think it's a big problem with like narcissists as well, to where it's hard to, or really anybody, or I mean like actually even in like a non-pathological way, like not diseased way, going back through relationships sometimes can be hard for this. This is why I think when people break up, this is why they demonize the fuck out of their partner. It's because it makes it easier to, one is to let go of the relationship, and two is to absolve yourself of all responsibility in the relationship as well, right? Like, why did things go wrong with that partner? Are there things you could have done better? No, they were actually just evil and horrible and terrible the entire time. It's like, oh, okay. Well, you were with that person for 7 years. Yep, I got tricked the whole time. They were evil and horrible and bad. Duh. And it's like, okay, well. Like it's like a ego protective measure, which is probably normal to some extent, but don't do that. Anyway, sorry. This is why I try not to like get into the mind state of like becoming obsessively hateful of people, such that I am not understanding why people act like they do, even if it makes me feel a little bit better myself. But all right, okay, we're done. I'm done with the H3 stuff. Okay. Oh, I read something last night or this morning that
product not yet.
I don't care about this. Oh, fuck, will I play that game though? Actually, maybe I will. I don't know. About huge viewbot things that like some streamers were having significantly different viewership. Is this true?
You saw most of it? Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the last for real question. Okay. If H3 were to invite you on the show, would you go? Maybe. I know they've done that, like defend yourself in the past. The thing is, though, like I've said this before, and everybody that's online is aware of this. The video that I watched at the beginning of the stream of Ethan explaining this is perfectly encapsulates this. There's something called the lose, 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 and I've been stuck in this cycle actually for the last few months, I guess. The lose, lose, lose is somebody makes a crazy accusation about you, and you can ignore it, in which case it festers, especially if it's being amplified by people like Hasan, and then people assume that, well, since they're not addressing it, that must mean that it's true. Or you can try to refute it, but if you refute it and you don't divulge a whole bunch more information, people will just say that you're coping, you're lying, like you need to prove it. And then if you prove it by divulging more information, whatever new information you divulge, people will latch onto that and then use you to restart the cycle. So I think that for the lose, 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 you always have to pick as a public figure of this trifectum, like what is the one that you would rather go with? And it's usually the first one is the best one. Like until somebody has some like solid, like irrefutable shit to bring up, like it's not worth diving into the trenches to be like, somebody made this like random accusation, somebody made this random thing. Like, why? It's like, why? Like, why would I? Like, how am I even supposed to fight against, you know, like this image? Or what am I even supposed to, like, it's just not worth it. But, I mean, Ethan understands that. That's why we watched that video about it. Yeah. It's like not talking with the cops without a lawyer present. Nothing you say would help you. Oh, actually, kind of, yeah. Like if the police show up and they're trying to like ask you questions, the police are just there to build a case. It's not like anything you say. Like you start and end at the same place if you're lucky. You don't absolve yourself though, right? Like if police are interrogating you for some murder thing or whatever, if they have a warrant to arrest you, they're going to arrest you. They're not just going to ask you questions, they're just going to arrest you. But if they ask you questions because they don't have enough to arrest you, so they're trying to build a case. But you answering questions is not ever helping you. The only thing you can ever do is hurt yourself. And for a lot of these people, it's not like they care about, the truth of the matter. They're just trying to build a case. Is AE done forever? I wouldn't say that. We'll see. How'd you feel about Lonerbox's criticism of your definition of socialism? I have no idea. You'd have to show it to me. What is this?
You saw most of it? Okay. So Mr. Beast said people don't got to donate if they don't want to, which is a fact, right, Mr. Beast? Well, for some reason, Kai Cenat didn't even say nothing about, he said nothing about this shit. This nigga got his dick rolled for a week straight. So that's why they made this joke, you feel me? Because when a certain someone didn't, they got their dick rolled for a fucking week, my nigga. You feel me? Gawk. Oh, you said talk. See, I got PTSD from the Twitter niggas, bro. I got PTSD from the Twitter niggas, bro.
Wait, he's responding to this clip.
No, we ain't leave. I mean, shit, like a week. Yeah, I was trying to, we was trying to stay off stream. Mr. Beast was doing that.
$12 million giveaway.
I ain't want him to call me. I was trying to dodge that nigga.
Wait, what? I so didn't get that. Hold on.
No, we ain't leave. I mean, shit, like a week. Yeah, I was trying to, we was trying to stay off stream. Mr. Beast was doing that.
$12 million giveaway.
I ain't want him to call me.
Are they okay? I am so far removed from Twitch, like stuff or content or anything else. Are these who I don't know who these two people are? I don't mean those like an insult. I genuinely don't know. Are these people associated with Kai, or a lot of streamers like Kai didn't stream during Mr. Beast Team Water streams because they didn't want to donate. These guys are React Andes. Hood Research Department. I don't even know if that was racist or not. These guys are OG YouTubers.
I was trying to dodge that nigga.
Oh.
Nigga, don't come.
Wait, what's their YouTube channels?
Bro, hella numbers was calling me, but I didn't know which one was which, bro. I ain't been no phone calls, nigga.
This nigga gonna get the ring of death in a minute.
Got me looking silly, nigga.
Damn. Oh. Did they not do... Oh, they've switched over to live streaming more? Did you watch Sinners? I did. I thought that movie was super meh. But like not bad, just very meh. Well, maybe slightly above. Oh, this one. But super overrated. Oh, this channel. Okay.
Y'all think...
You saw most of it? Okay. So Mr. Beast said people don't got to donate if they don't want to, which is a fact, right, Mr. Beast? Well, for some reason, Kai Cenat didn't even say nothing about, he said nothing about this shit. This nigga got his dick rolled for a week straight. So that's why they made this joke. You feel me? Because when a certain someone didn't, they got their dick rode for a fucking week, my nigga. You feel me? Gawk.
Okay, I see people use this differently sometimes. I see people say, somebody, like, why are you riding my dick? But sometimes I feel like that's used as an insult, and sometimes it's used as like a compliment. Are people using this both ways now? They use it wrong? Okay, I've heard it used both ways. It's very weird. It's context dependent. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, how could you ride? No, it's still an insult. What do you mean still an insult? Originally, it was never an insult. Or well, it was an insult to the person doing the dick riding, not the person getting their dick ridden, kind of, right? Like, it was like, oh, this guy's a dick rider. That means that he's like a simp for this dude. But you would never use like, oh, that guy's a dick rider, like he's a critic. Does that make sense? Like, dick rider usually means you're somebody you simp or you glaze a lot. But now I feel like people use get off my dick. Well, yeah, but get off my dick is different than calling somebody a dick rider. Like, you could say like, oh, why can't this guy hop off my dick? And the other guy's like, oh, I don't know, that guy's a dick rider. No, you can't say that. Dick rider, that's a different thing, right?
A week straight. So that's why they made this joke. You feel me? Because when a certain someone didn't, they got their dick rode for a fucking week, my nigga.
Like, why not like meat watching or pocket watching? I feel like it works better.
You feel me? Gawk. Oh, you said talk. See, I got PTSD from the Twitter niggas, bro. I got PTSD from the Twitter niggas, bro.
It's because he continued to write.
Jesus Christ. Dude, the turning on OBS. Oh my God.
Auto bid master. Well, typically you need to have what's called a
Since Twitch's bot crackdown, Tectone and Lydia Violet's viewers have halved. Asmongold's viewers have dropped by 20,000. Other bot accusations of OTK and the Austin crew. Why do we, Lydia Violet, why do we know this person? Do we know this person? Or is this just a stream that I've seen on Twitch when I was... This is the worst graph. She was in a cute bot show with you. Oh, she hung out with Melina, that's why. Block LEB on Twitter. Oh, I did again, don't worry. If you ever see her respond anywhere, just post that picture of Shaylin under the tweet and she gets super triggered. Is this showing that her average viewers went from 6,000 to 3,000? Does she normally turn for 3 hours? I should just look this up. I can do this myself. When did the view bots go down, supposedly? How about another history deep dive? Yeah, we will. Okay. 2 to 3 days ago. See, it's hard because she's also doing content that she doesn't normally do here, right? This is, what is the red IRL? She normally does other stuff. I don't know how much that matters. Let's see, we've got Ms. Kiff. Wait, do we know the exact day that they went down? Like, do we know that for sure? Two to 3 days ago? That means no. 2/3 days ago. Were they like a bunch of different ones that went down Like over the course of a few hours? Or because like here, we would say, oh, on the 21st, I guess, the view bots weren't working by 4 p.m. But here, if we believe these are view bots, they were working up till 5 a.m. Maybe so sometime on the 21st. It was the 21st, happened live when Tectone was on. Look at his stream on the 21st. Do you have a timestamp? Because that'd be pretty funny. I feel like it's kind of crazy. In a way, you're giving people kind of a lot of power here, right? Like imagine if the guy that ran like a ViewBot service decided he hated you one day, he could leak so much shit. Apparently Mira went from 2K average to less than 200. Oh, Mira has always been insanely heavily ViewBot. You could tell if you just go visit her stream. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, because she'll have the deadest chat ever at like 2K viewers constantly. That's not surprising at all. So like, what was Tectone? If Tectone was viewbotting, what would you say? He viewbotted like 2K viewers? Is Mira that insane pro-Pali person that knows nothing about the Middle East? No, that's Caroline Kwan. Lacey. Wait, do we know Lacey? Y'all won't remember this, okay? Because this was back in the day. But one of the funniest memes ever. One of the funniest memes ever was there was a huge ViewBot update, like, fuck me, dude. It was like 10 years ago or something. And there were so many streamers that like went live for a little bit and then turned their streams off, and they were so awkward about it. Like, oh, I think I have a cold today, guys, or I feel like sick. It was so funny seeing how many people were making excuses up not to stream that day. Yeah, do you remember the Hasan stuff? And then I think Hasan, I think he sold his Twitch channel shortly after that. Because, oh my God, fuck, there's so much background lore for this. So if you don't know, it's just hard to even... Hasan showed up one day on stream as like a VTuber, but this was before, I'm not even able to find this. He was like, hey guys, I'm like a wolf thing now, but this was like before VTuber, so they didn't call him that. And because the guy, I guess the original Hasan guy had sold his channel to somebody, and then I don't know, I think that channel just crashed and burned. Honestly, what's the point of viewbotting? Do you make any money from bots, or is it just you can get more money from sponsors? I'd say one might be scamming sponsors. However, if you, like, sponsors are never going to renew with you if the conversion is very low. So conversion is generally measured in, well, not measured in, but like a conversion broadly speaks about what percentage of an audience that you show an advertisement to can you convert into some kind of actionable thing. So you might talk about your click-through rates, meaning if you show a thing to 1,000 people, how many people are likely to click through. You might talk about like sales conversions of the people that click through, what percentage of them are likely to buy a thing. If you're heavily hardcore viewbotting, if you're a big streamer, people will generally just pay you based on, it's called, I think, CPM, which is like cost per milli or whatever, I don't know. But basically for every 1,000 views, they'll just pay you some flat fee. But if you're not converting any sales, then sponsors just aren't going to continue to work with you because they're like, okay, well, this is just not worth it. We're spending so much money on this guy and we get like no sales conversions whatsoever. So the my guess is for people that viewbot, one is you might be able to scam sponsors one time. Two, you might be able to scam the Twitch inbuilt sponsor thing because Twitch has an inbuilt dashboard that lets you do like Twitch approved or Twitch integrated ads. And then three, if you tell somebody that they're hype for long enough, other people will look at the person and think they're hype. You can probably use viewbots to attract viewers, right? Oh, what's this guy doing? He's got 5,000 viewers. I want to go and see what's going on his stream. So you get some organic traffic as a result of viewbotting. Twitch has cracked down on bots in the 2 to 3 days, and viewbotters/victims of viewbotting have been exposed. Streamers that are part of groups/orgs are seemingly being botted much more heavily. I don't want to start witch hunts, but the data is interesting. Go see for yourself. The fuck is this? Do we know, did he say whose stream this is? How does conversion function with Twitch's ad bounty stuff? They probably just pay out, and if, like, broadly speaking, if the program is bad, then they probably cut rates across the platform, would be my guess. Well, I mean, they should track per person, actually, to see what individuals, and maybe they remove individual streamers from the program if it doesn't level out or whatever. Oh, that's Your Rage Gaming? Damn. Fuck. I'm retarded. I don't know how to use the website. How do I just see over 1 month? Whatever. Okay, recent streams. Oh, damn! It's always funny watching the first stream when somebody comes back and they can't work the view bots, and they always, I don't know if this happens all the time, but they always stream for like an hour and then they realize the view bots aren't kicking on, so they make up some excuse to leave. I wonder what he said here. Not that I'm accusing him of view botting. This could be totally innocuous, by the way, and have nothing to do with... This would have been the... Oh.
Came through tripping. Came through tripping.
Why am I getting shown this ad for a black streamer? I don't know how I feel about this one.
You can hear the critics scream. Alien Earth is a thrilling epic, riveting, and a world-altering breakthrough. Don't miss FX's Alien Earth, all new Tuesdays on FX and Hulu.
Wow.
Alpha! It might be the...
I'm not your up. I'm not your up, and you're not.
Is this Zoomer content? What is happening?
Are we back?
Oh, he's having... His whole stream was lagging? Okay, he was having problems.
Do you see the... Move slow. Switch my scene.
We good?
Selfie or a picture of herself on her story.
Wait, fuck. What was the stream glitch a while ago? I don't remember if it was like Your Rage or if it was Canute. Was it Your Rage where it glitched and it looked like his head was coming out of his head? It was like all of these streamers use that same version of OBS. Yeah, somebody told me that streamers like all stream to some other server now before their data goes out because they couldn't figure out how to work multi-RTMP or whatever. Have you ever seriously considered viewbotting? No, the problem is once you go down that road, it's a really hard road to come back from. I used to be... listen, okay, I'm not proud to admit this. I think I've talked about this before on stream, okay? I used to be a scum fuck, lowly fuck hacker back in the Brood War days for all of like 2 months, I think. I had like a mineral hack for ladder. The problem with engaging in behavior like that is the mind will invent so many reasons for why you can, why you should keep doing it. Right? Like, oh, like I don't use it that often, or oh, I only use it in bullshit situations where I should have won anyway, or like, well, everybody else is probably using it anyway, or oh, like there yeah. So I feel like as soon as you go down some road where you engage in behavior like that, it's very, very hard to come back from.
Yes, but I was not talking shit on Kick the whole time. I was talking about how I fuck with them. I appreciate them. But for daily consistent streams, Kick is just not the way for me. I want to come back home. But I do think Kick is like, I want to do some exclusive shit, like a podcast or this, that, and the third. And if they don't want to do that with me, that's fine. I'm going to do it anyway somewhere else. But I would like to do it with Kick first. If Kick doesn't want to fuck with that, I said that's fine, that's cool. I respect them for that. That's cool.
We good. Jesus Christ, I think it's on right now. I think we good. Okay. Should we hop on the game, bro? Fucking shit! What I gotta do?
Jesus. I used to use hacks to stream snipe Destiny and DayZ. Good. I know all of you fuckers. Anybody that killed me in any game ever was a hacker. Oh my God, core memory unlocked. Not like Hasan's when he went to Diddy parties with young girls on screens, but back in the Brood War days, I used Name Spoofer because it was funny to name yourself computer and colored letter names. Back when Name Spoofers worked on Brood War, I remember you could just, even if you didn't do anything crazy with it, you could put colors in your names. It would be cute because you'd have colored names in like the lobby screens and everything. And then in game when you were chatting. Aww. I don't understand this. Well, no, I guess I do. I guess I just never did this shit. Like imagine having 30,000 concurrent viewers and you've got to view bot an extra 10 to 20K. Why? He's probably not botting, but getting botted. That sounds like major cope to me. I could understand somebody view botting somebody illegitimately for like a few days to fuck with them or whatever, but for over weeks or months? Although, it seems like every single OTK person was getting view botted, right? Is that what people were saying? Oh, I bet when people sell sponsors and stuff against your agency, if you can show like very high CCV concurrent viewership across multiple streamers and everything, you can probably pull that together for larger sponsor deals, and the agency takes a cut 10 to 20% or whatever it is for stuff like that, maybe. No, Ms. Kiff. See, like this view bot at least makes sense. If you're getting like 5 to 8K and you view about 10K viewers, now you're at least a 5-digit Andy, you know, 5-figure Andy. Tectone doesn't look like, people were saying he view bot. It doesn't look like that much though, no? If he did, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, in the coming days. Fucking Mira. You can click on any streamers you want and then tap streams. From there, I would compare 21, 22, 23 of August performance and match it against usual performance. Gives you a good idea of what's happening. I've been thinking why orgs have bought heavily. Then the answer seemed almost obvious. Talent agencies receive a percentage from ad revenue, their talent does. By inflating their streamers, they can sell massive ad packages in bulk and take in much higher sums. To put simply, fraud. Yeah, maybe this, maybe yeah. Although again, I feel like it'd be hard to have repeat sponsorships because the numbers would be so bad. Because at the end of the day, people are going to know at the end, like how much they're selling to an audience, right? You have like tracker links and everything. You'll know how much you're selling. It doesn't seem like a problem for most people, but it's the silent killer. It kills the industry as a whole. It lowers discoverability for smaller streamers significantly and cuts down their income if they ever make it at all. I did some digging and shared findings with others and found egregious instances of streamers going from 100 viewers daily to 5,000 overnight. I was speechless when I noticed they'd been doing it for years. The worst part, a lot of recent streams ended up being sponsored. Awful. Here's an absolutely abysmal example of this. The fact that this can go on for years without the platform taking action is just sad, really. If Twitch doesn't care, why should anyone? Really? Does he say, did anybody figure out who this streamer was? Jesus. Some VTuber? You can always tell too when a blow up is fake, because if you ever look, well, unless the pattern has changed, the way that like a streamer blow up will look will generally be something like, if somebody is like I don't know why I'm doing this logarithmic line. Okay. If somebody's like a 1K Andy and they've been streaming, and then they have like a huge blow up moment where they get like 50K viewers, generally it'll look like this for like a few days, and then it'll usually drop off to something like this. This is like what a blow up moment generally looks like. Blow up moments will never, ever look like this. That's not a blow up moment. That's artificial viewer inflation. Because typically on a hype moment, what's happening is something hype is happening and a lot of interest is attracted to your stream for the first time. And then if you have a good personality, you can convert these people into loyal viewers. Then some percentage, probably like 10 to 30% of these people, you'll convert to like long-term viewers, but it's never going to be every single person that shows up. That just never happens. Destiny, this example. So the example you use is a random VTuber that had drops on for Marvel Rivals. Date a little different because of time zone. Rivals drops, brother, there is years of data. 3K streamer overnight, nonstop with 0 followers per day. Marvels wasn't out in 2023, Limfeo, what are you talking about? Ooh. Wait, what does this 1528 thing mean? Oh. Minecraft speedrun. Oh no. Is this a good example of that? Well, so like this didn't look like a blow up moment. It looks like this person got popular over time, was kind of like slowly growing. Would I say slowly? Maybe. This looks a bit weird. Like this stuff here. I don't know. But I mean, it's hard to generalize too. I'd have to look at the content. Well, I guess I just did generalize. No, I would stand by my generalization. Anytime you get a big growth moment that just is super sustained, I just think that's very unusual. Like anytime you have something that looks like this, like these like plateaus of viewership, I think that's like very weird generally. Unless there's like a really good explanation for it. How does anyone ever get away with botting to begin with? Is it not easy to detect? Well, one, there are tons of ways that bots can defeat bot discovery. And then two, there's a lot of ways that, and then two, it's hard to prove that somebody, well, it's impossible to prove that somebody's view botting themselves, right? Like imagine banning, like, because let's say that you ban me because I view bot, and then I say, whoa, bro, I didn't do it. Somebody else, botted me. And you're like, oh, don't care. Well, let's say then that I hate, some streamer. Okay, well, I'm just going to go view bot some other streamer because I'm going to do that until they get banned. And then now people start view botting each other until they get banned, right? Good example here. She blew up from the OnlyFans event. February, March. Can I see a... How long ago was the OnlyFans thing? Fuck me. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here, though. So they have some concurrent viewership of maybe 200 to 800, and then they have their big, I'm guessing this is kind of like a blow-up moment doing the OnlyFans stuff, and it peaks out at whatever this day was. And then after like the hype dies down, it kind of settles out. But look, they settle out to a higher CCV than they had before, right? So now they're averaging twice as much, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 versus the 200 to 500 before.
Which is what we see. But
hold on. Crazy part is it's the small, mid-sized creator who gets fucked the hardest. These large streamers have driven out hundreds of millions of dollars from multi-billion-dollar companies that have fully pulled out of the marketing space. If you're going to bot for the appearance of having clout, please stop accepting sponsorships. You're fucking everyone else over. Real large creators bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in deals to each respective platform because their own personal deals result in the expected amount of conversions from their real high viewership. However, for view botters, this is not the case. View botters who inflate their viewership by 50% or more do not meet conversion requirements. Oh, he's talking about the conversion requirements. They justify the high pay based on the provided inflated numbers. This then results in the companies exiting the space and blaming the space. So view botters are literally robbing the entire industry of hundreds of millions of dollars of future revenue for real creators. This happens because when view botters accept sponsors, they aren't giving their real viewership. They are instead giving their inflated botted viewership. and botted viewership doesn't convert because they aren't real people, so companies unknowingly pay for their product to be advertised to fake viewers, and when the conversion doesn't meet the viewership provided, they don't blame the thing, which they don't understand, viewbotting. They instead blame the market for not being a right fit for their product and fully exit. This is probably true. This is probably the most mature, like, intelligent Twitch or train wrecks tweet I've seen regarding viewbotting on Twitch. I don't know how. It would be interesting if any company spoke about this publicly. I don't know if they would. There might be reasons why they would never speak about this publicly, but. Jesus, 5 hours. Wait, what is this?
Product. That crossover was mean as hell.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
What? No, you right. I was dick riding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta calm down with that shit.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
That was an okay shot right there, though.
Oh my God, bro. Is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
like
saying
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
I'm saying the shot was okay.
All right.
All right, bro. I thought dick riding was like exaggeration.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
One of the GOAT shows is Deadwood, but I've never heard you talk about it. This has to mean you've never watched it. I've never even heard of it.
Let's watch the game.
This is basketball right here.
Bro, stop dick riding, bro. That's all you literally talk about.
I'm saying this is a game of
basketball. I don't
basketball.
want to watch this shit no more, bro. Damn.
Alright, man. These niggas suck for real. Hey, I'll cross all them niggas up. They suck for
What
real.
You hating on them niggas, bro? Get off their dicks.
What?
They trying their best, bro. Get off their dicks.
No. I was showing love and you said I was dick riding.
Yes.
Now I'm saying they sorry.
Correct.
That's still dick riding?
Yes.
This guy on the left is a DGGer talking about my stream.
All right, so what would you say then?
What
would you say?
This guy is a DGGer posting on my subreddit.
Hey, about this game of basketball, what would you say?
What would I say?
Yeah, what would you say? What's not dick riding? Say something.
Bro, god damn, get off that nigga dick, bro. I was listening to the whole conversation, bro. You dick riding everybody. You are on this nigga dick, bro.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
All right, man, I hate this world, bro, for real.
And now he on the world dick, you hear him?
Get off of it, bro.
That's what I'm, bro.
Damn.
I will say, random shout out. Oh, this is on PS4? I didn't even know that. This is one of the best games of all time. Highly recommend it if you've never played this. Go fucking play this game if you haven't. Go buy it on Steam, go whatever. This is one of the best games of all time. I think it's a very, very, very good game. What? And you played on stream? What? I literally did. Uh-oh.
Know how to feel about it? I obviously feel awful.
Wait, this is not real. Is this a meme or whatever? This is from something else, some drama or whatever, right? It's a meme. Okay. Wait, why is he crying? What did happen, though? What's the story behind this clip? It's him talking about his dad? Oh. Are you going to stream FFT? Maybe, yeah. When the fuck does that game come out again? FFT release date. Stop! New. FFT release date. September 30th. Damn. August. What's the next month? September? Oh, that's next month. 30 days. Did you watch No Country for Old Men, and did you also think it was overrated as fuck? I don't know. I like that movie a lot. Is it overrated? I'm not sure. I think it's appropriately rated. I think it's a really good movie. Asmode started being botted in summer of 2024. I will say it's kind of funny. For one reason, or another. I used to drive to events because I like to drive. I just enjoy driving. It's my mental time or whatever. And sometimes while driving, I would listen to audiobooks. So this is when I was consuming the most amount of fiction, I guess. And I listened to the audiobook for No Country for Old Men. I remember in the book, I was like, damn, they just fucking, spoiler alert, I guess, they just killed that dude. I didn't even know what happened. Damn, that's kind of crazy. I wonder how they show that in the movie. And I feel like when you watch the movie, it's basically the exact same thing as the book. I feel, not many people have read the book, but I feel like No Country for Old Men in the book, the movie and the book follow each other very, very, very closely. Like, it's basically the same thing. It's like, geez. Yeah, they show Luini's, what's his name, death. Wait, in the book, do they? I don't think they do. I feel like it just happens. Because I think I mistyped. Retard. Which movie does this apply to the most? Ooh. Here come the takes. I feel like this applies really well to movies that are simple but executed almost perfectly, because the biggest overrated part is probably going to be criticizing its lack of ambition. But like just being able to say, like, oh, it's a really, really well done movie. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, I would argue, is not a very ambitious movie. Like, it doesn't explore a ton of crazy themes or do a lot of crazy stuff, but it's like done almost perfectly, right? Same thing with like The Matrix, I would argue, is like done, it's almost a perfect movie. Other things can be more ambitious and maybe miss the mark as much, but they're like trying to do more. School of Rock, that's a good ass movie. We call those popcorn munchers. Do normies even say a movie is overrated? Actually, good point. I don't know. True. Somebody said earlier, Destiny, have you seen the video about Myth's blow up during Fortnite and fall off afterwards? Actually insane. No. And I don't even understand it that well. One of the things I used to say back when I was like a professional gamer is I'd always said that you had like 3 buckets of viewership loyalty. You have like your first bucket is like some hype event is going on. This is like when you have the most viewers. And then the second bucket is like doing the thing that you specialize in. And then the third thing is like viewers that will follow you anywhere. The reason why back in my StarCraft 2 days, I was so envious of like variety streamers is that their viewership would follow them literally no matter what they did. Whereas if you were a pro gamer, your viewership is basically always going to be stuck here. And the goal was always to convert people into more loyal fan categories. And Myth was a massive Fortnite streamer. Or at least for the time, it was considered massive, right? Myth was like a 5-figure viewer streamer, I believe, right? Like 10K, 15, 20K concurrent viewership. Am I exaggerating that a little bit? Myth had a huge viewership, but then when Fortnite died, it like he lost everything. He became like a 3-figure viewer streamer, which is ordinary for people that just are good at a game but don't have like very attractive like personalities. Like you just don't whatever. Like they're good at a game, but that was it. But I feel like Myth is like really funny. Every interaction I see him in with other streamers, he seems like a funny dude. He seems like a cool guy. He seems like yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why. I don't understand how that fall off happened so dramatically. Wait, Myth is only triple digit viewers? Yeah, or like low triple digit too, I think, right? Like 400 or something. I don't know how. A lot of people say you could do anything, people would still watch. Or do you think of Forsen went on a mass murder spree, he would still get the same viewers? Well, some people have just built like a viewership base and then like a community around those viewers, and those viewers will probably never leave. Like I'm sure I have several thousand of those types of viewers, hopefully. Forsen definitely does. I feel like people like Moon and Northern Lion have as well. Like these guys are kind of siloed off in that they have their own viewer base and they will watch them through almost no matter what. Yeah. Average viewers, Jesus. Yeah, 20, 30, 40,000. This was in 2018. And then in 2019, it was like 2 to 5,000 maybe. And then in 2020, there was a little bitty kind of blow up thing. And then, Jesus. Oh, I wonder how much going to YouTube. I think he was one of the people that took a YouTube deal, right? Maybe that fucked him too, maybe? Lacey responded to the view botting.
If that was real now.
Let me use the restroom real quick. Hold on one second.
If that was real now. And whether it's a group, you know, an organization botting, whether it's a management company botting, whether it's an agency botting, whether it's an obsessed fan or an obsessed hater botting, I don't know what is real of the people who watch me. And I'm gonna keep it real. I could not care less if I have 5,000 viewers, if I have 10,000 viewers, if I have 20,000 viewers, if I have 50,000 viewers, or if I have 100,000 viewers. I appreciate every single person who watches my streams. If that was real now. And whether it's a group, you know, an organization botting, whether it's a management company botting, whether it's an agency botting, whether it's an obsessed fan or an obsessed hater botting, I don't know what is real of the people who watch me. And I'm gonna keep it real. I could not care less if I have 5,000 viewers, if I have 10,000 viewers, if I have 20,000 viewers, if I have 50,000 viewers, or if I have 100,000 viewers. I appreciate every single person who watches my streams. If that was real now. And whether it's a group, you know, an organization botting, whether it's a management company botting, whether it's an agency botting, whether it's an obsessed fan or an obsessed hater botting, I don't know what is real of the people who watch me. And I'm gonna keep it real. I could not care less if I have 5,000 viewers, if I have 10,000 viewers, if I have 20,000 viewers, if I have 50,000 viewers, or if I have 100,000 viewers. I appreciate every single person who watches my streams. If that was real now. And whether it's
So I need you to internalize that. That's the way you have to listen to it. Wait, is Lacey part of an organization botting? Well, it would be his org, right? Is he part of an organization? Oh, FaZe, gotcha. Are all the FaZe guys, are they all looking like they're view botting, or? The whole FaZe clan went from 20K plus to sub 10K? Really? Not true. Ron is live right now at 28K. Okay, well. I think we've seen this before. He's a small child. The president is a small child, and they treat him like a small child. It's remarkable.
Presidents of countries, and then those who win, can touch it because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It's the winner trophy. The last one who lifted that is Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
Can I keep it?
For you. Well, you can. We're not giving it back.
We're not giving it back.
Damn, what happened? I feel like he's been looking rough the last week.
That's serious.
It fits well.
That goes very well on the wall right over there. We'll put it right below the angels.
It fits well here, I think.
That's beautiful, yeah.
You can keep it until we have to give it to the next winner.
That's fine.
Do you think Hasan is /was viewbotting? Because I've seen Schizo post that Twitch is not applying the viewbot fix to his channel. That would be incredibly weird. I don't even know if they would have the ability to do that. If Hasan's viewership doesn't change at all, I think there's strong evidence pointing to the fact that he doesn't viewbot, or he's using a different viewbot than other people. Which you could argue is maybe possible if other people are in orgs. Maybe those guys use a different one, but I think it would point that maybe he doesn't viewbot. He had a new thing in regard to random marks on his hand. Both of these photos of Trump's hand were taken today. What the fuck is this? Do we know yet? Or what could it be? It looks like makeup. Oh. Do you think it's possible that he for the orange shit on his face, if he's doing like this, maybe that it could all, that's a lot to rub off on your hand though, no? Their makeup, or do you think they're applying makeup to his hand to cover, maybe that. He's on a blood thinner for AFib or previous stroke or pulmonary embolism destiny. Sometimes they do needles in your hand. I don't know why. When they inject stuff into your hand, sometimes they do it. Maybe there's more bruising around that area, so it looks rough. So they but why would they? Let's assume that they did do that though. This makeup looks so bad. No? This is the biggest foundation mismatch ever. This is high school girl discovers foundation for the first time and is 20 shades away from her ordinary skin color, or just person on TV that has way too much. Maybe he put it on himself. He's got to have a press guy or somebody that goes in front of the camera. Oh my God, look at those clubbed fingers too. Oh, do you know what clubbed fingers means?
Support. Mr. House faces criminal charges for battery against John Henry Giles. You beat up a guy in a wheelchair?
Dr. House is alleged to have forced a tube down Mr. Giles' throat against his will.
A medical tube, saving his life.
Dr. House, please let your attorney speak for you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was way out of line.
Amendment right. Honor.
Even if you win.
He says it, wait.
Don't stab.
He was lying here, but I stand by it. I don't even know if that is a sign of heart trouble. I imagine it probably is what they put in the show, though. All of my medical information comes from House.
Project.
It's very conspicuous rewatching this that Trump is desperately trying to hide the back of his right hand from the camera.
To make it, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs. A lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But this beautiful office needed it. It had to be representative. When we took it over, it was dirty, not clean. I immediately changed the chair and had this beautiful desk renovated, brought out by the White House people that do this. They did it. You're allowed to carry it all in the vaults.
Have you seen the sheer amount of gold in his office? Yes, that's for the golden age of America, guys. The golden age. What if Putin poisoned him? Holy shit. Name the people in the paintings? Easy. What? This guy here is George Washington. This one here is George Washington. This is George Washington. I think this is Benjamin Franklin. Washington, Washington.
Heart failure is getting worse. I'm a home health physical therapist with a doctorate in my field. I see congestive heart failure patients on a daily basis. The reason I know that he has congestive heart failure is because of the swelling in his feet and ankles. And the reason I know it's getting worse is because he's sitting behind the desk on camera now. He lashed out against MSNBC for giving him hash about his ankles. This is how we know that something is true, because it gets to Trump. Remember recently where he was talking about going to heaven for some fucking reason? He says, people said I'm not doing very well. I don't think he's talking about the media. I think he's talking about the doctors who are treating him. The only reason his health has been maintained at all is because he has the privilege of getting IV diuretics, spironolactone, Lasix, Bumex, something like that. That's why his hands have been bruised and covered with makeup. Badly, I might add. We know that it's getting worse because he knows he cannot hide the degree of swelling. That's why he's sitting behind the desk. Oh, he also has chronic kidney disease, which is also contributing to the swelling in the feet and ankles. I can't tell you how many times I have seen a patient in their home because they were hospitalized for AKI, or acute kidney injury. And the kidney injury was caused by nephrotoxic medications, namely diuretics, spironolactone, Bumex, Lasix. The president is definitely getting sicker, and we know he's not going to change his diet because he's such a fucking idiot. I think he's going to be around for 6 to 8 months tops. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Jesus. Do you remember when they had the doctor that was looking at his hand and it was like, I remember his fingers were super fucked up. I don't know why nobody talks about this anymore.
The curse inflicted upon Albus
Do you remember this?
Dumbledore from the Gaunt family ring is something that has always interested me, as it really appears.
You want some quick memes? When the post about views dropped, I clicked Mirror Stream to check, and it was a rerun where she talked about how she's doing AI nudes so she can focus on curing aging and diseases or something. Keck. Afterwards, she ranted about immigrants for half an hour.
You guys are so
Gee! Oh, I saw that wrong incorrectly. Jesus, okay.
stupid. It's actually, it's amazing to me. You talk too much, you sound like a narcissist. You're the dumbest person on earth. I'm literally telling you that I don't care about looks, and I have depth, and I have intellect, and I want to use that to the maximum to help humanity. And you're like, you're a narcissist. Just shut up and show titties. Like, how fucking primitive and disgustingly stupid are you? Like, I don't... It's actually blowing my mind, Chad. I understand. Thank you, Toronto. Thank you for understanding and supporting the better future for both of us. No, you have to accept AI. If you...
Okay, people might rag on her, but she was a chief World Trade Center expert. Okay. First 7 jobs: graphic designer, Elle Magazine senior consultant, World Trade Center chief expert, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Twitch. World Trade Center chief expert. Are you retarded? Bezed.
If you don't accept my 50-50 deal, where I give you 50 real, 50 AI, you will get 100% AI, and I'm going to tell you to fuck off. Like, it's either that or nothing, chat. They are...
What is the point? Couldn't you... I don't know where these models are, but if somebody's just giving you AI nudes, can't you just make your own AI nudes? Do they not work that way? Can't you just, like, say AI nudes of Mira? Or do, like, are there special models that these people have access to? What's the point at that point?